How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be showing you how to remove and install an ECU on your 2003 or newer Saab 9.3 with the 2-liter turbocharged motor. Now, the ECUs are one of the most common failure points on these cars, and it's not just a simple removal and replacement like I'll be showing today. You actually have to, with your new ECU or your old secondhand ECU, you'll have to marry it to a car via a Tech 2. I'm not going to be showing that process in this video, but I will link a forum that kind of explains how to do that down below in the description, so make sure to check that out if you're interested. But thankfully these are very easy to remove, so we're going to go ahead and get started with this process. We actually just did this on the Project Saab, if you guys have been following that series. The reason that that car was out of commission was because of the ECU, so this is something that is very frequently dealt with. But with that being said, let's get into the removal. First step in this process, we're going to go ahead and take the engine cover off. Just the 3 T30 Torx. So if you look down right here, you can see your ECU. There are 2 big connectors on this thing. Now, the best way to get this off, if you're looking down here, you'll see there's 2 little tabs sticking out. What you're going to want to do is push down on this little black plastic part to get this metal clip over that. And as you're doing that, you kind of get it started over that. You're going to want to push this in, and then that'll start to pop off. Then of course you can just pull that off the rest of the way. Once you got it like that, you can go ahead and pull on the back of the black connector, and there you go. Now, if this has never been removed before, you might want to spray some WD-40 on there or something just to help kind of loosen it up, because sometimes they can be kind of stuck on there. Thankfully though, mine comes off pretty easily. And before anyone wonders, no, my ECU is not bad on this car. I'm just making this video for the sake of those who are wondering. Just a generic how-to video, part of this quick fix series I'm doing. So no, this ECU is thankfully not bad. Now we got both of those off. You can go ahead and just set them to the side. Now you'll see, to remove the actual ECU from the car, you're going to have 4 10mm that you have to take care of. There's one right here, and then there's 2 on the bottom. There's this one right here, and that one right there. This top right one that I'm starting with has a ground on it, so nothing to really worry about with that when you're removing it, of course, but when you put it back on, you want to make sure that ground cable is on there, or else your car's not going to start. This vacuum hose is kind of in the way on this one. Scares me that I'm going to break it just by moving it a little bit too much because of, you know, old brittle plastic. Oh, don't you just love it when that happens? Good news is I heard it hit the floor. If you don't hear it hit the floor, then you're screwed. But with those 4 out, we should be able to wiggle our ECU out of here. Some people say that you need to take off this bracket, which is just a couple bolts, but you shouldn't need to do that. Should just be able to kind of wiggle it on out. There we go, pretty simple. If you look around in here, if you're interested, you'll see why these things go bad. You have your intake manifold, which it is literally mounted directly to. Now, there is a kit online. Some guy out of Australia makes like a spacer that you can basically put on these to help reduce the heat on these ECUs and help them last longer. I think they cost like $120 or something like that. So something that maybe I'll do down the road, but something that you might want to consider. Just figured I would throw that out there. But now, once you have your new ECU and you have it married to the car via a Tech 2, you can go ahead and slide it back in here. Now, of course, when you put this top right one in, do not forget that you have that ground cable sitting there. So make sure, of course, that you have that threaded in there as well. Just get that started for now. But you know, at least Saab, you know, we say that they're engineered well. At least, even though this has become one of the more common failure points on these cars, at least they make it easy to remove. But part of the reason it's easy to remove is because it's in such a bad location that causes it to fail in the first place. So is that really a win for us, or is that just a happy accident? And I wouldn't even call it a happy accident, because it's going to cost you a significant amount of money to fix unless you know someone or you find someone cheap secondhand. So with that on, you can go ahead, put your connectors back on. You're not going to just push it straight on. Once you get it kind of situated on there, you're going to pull up on the metal clip. You'll feel it start to go down. You're going to push in from the back at the same time, and it'll kind of just put itself back on. It'll slide down onto the connector as you're doing that. So pretty simple. Just remember, don't try and force it straight down onto there. Just kind of do push from the back, push the clip up at the same time, and there you go. Now, of course, your final step, go ahead and put your engine cover back on. Also, word to the wise, do not over tighten these, because the reason why these engine covers always crack is they always crack like right up here because people over tighten these. And it's like, why do you need to torque this down to 100 foot-pounds? It's a freaking plastic engine cover. As I somehow like dropped the screwdriver. So there you have it, guys. That is how you remove and replace the ECU on a 2003 and newer Saab 9.3. If you found this video informative, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you have any other suggestions for this quick fix series, please leave them down below in the comments. I'll see you all next time.